Hey, we're heading to Jamaica.
That's right, we're heading to Sandals Negril, and we're going to give you a full review of the resort. This is our first time there, and we're interested to compare it to Punta Cana, which is better. We're going to tell you all about it.
But first, we're going to tell you how to get into the country.
That's right. Before you leave, about 1 or 2 weeks before your trip, go online to Jamaica's immigration service, and I'll put the link below. And you have to fill out something called a C5 form. Now, don't go to a site where they charge you for it, because if you go to the right site, it's free, no charge. Fill it out, you start with your email, and then just follow the steps and just fill it out before you go.
Since this is our first trip to Jamaica, we have no idea what to expect when we arrive.
That's right, it's going to be a big surprise. We're flying into Montego Bay, and then I don't know how immigration works, or I don't know how that C5 form works that you fill out before you leave.
Oh, my.
So we'll take you along, and we'll show you what it's all about, and we'll kind of explain the process, and we'll explain how to get to Sandals also. Apparently, we find a bus, and we take a Sandals bus, but we'll take you along, and if you're planning a trip to Sandals, this will give you a good idea of what to expect when you arrive. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah, we have a flight that's, 5 a.m.?
Yeah.
All right, let's get to bed.
Don't worry, be happy. Hey, since we live in Myrtle, we have to go Myrtle to Charlotte and Charlotte to Montego Bay.
All right, so made it to Charlotte just in the nick of time. The flight is boarding. We only had 5 minutes to spare, which is usual. If you've been to Charlotte, you know what it's like. We came in one gate, had to walk all the way to another terminal. Real pain, but we're here.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff.
Flight time was about 2.5 hours from Charlotte to Montego Bay. We flew right along the coast of Florida and then right over Cuba. And before we knew it, we were approaching Jamaica. Now, the paper version of the C5 immigration form was not given out during the flight, so again, make sure you do it on your computer or your phone before you leave. And here's a hot tip. If you want to get the best views of Jamaica as you come in for a landing, sit on the right side of the plane. Now, when you arrive, be prepared to do a little bit of walking. Just follow the crowds and look for the sign that says Passport Control. Now, along the way, you'll be reminded that you have to do the C5 form electronically, and you'll see a bunch of QR codes posted, so in case you didn't do it before you arrived, you can do it while you're there. We saw a number of passengers frantically trying to do their C5 form on their phones so they could get into the country. So our advice is do it before you leave. Having already done the C5 form, we walked up to these yellow kiosks, and it was a breeze to be admitted to the country. We then passed through a duty-free shop and baggage claim. After that, we had to show our passport to one immigration agent, and we were in. Now, the first thing you'll see after you go through immigration is a directory. The Sandals office is 11A, and it's right to the left of the directory. You can't miss it. So the Sandals area where you check in to get your transportation is right to the left of that sign that we just showed you. You check in out front, they take your bags, give you a tag, and then they send you inside. While you're waiting for your transportation, they have beers, sodas, snacks, and coffee. So the Sandals Lounge at the airport here does have snacks and drinks, as I just showed you. They also have restrooms, and they just tell you kind of hang out here until your bus is ready to take it to the resort. So we're just hanging out, and it's nice and cool. It's air conditioned. So they called us that they're ready about 10 minutes. We only waited 10 minutes in the lounge. They come, take your bags, and bring you out to the Sandals bus, which will then take you to the Sandals Resort. And again, we're going to Sandals Negril. So like I said, we only had to wait about 10 minutes, and they came, got our bags, got us, and they put us on this little shuttle. Not too many people here, just us and maybe one other person. So far so good, very efficient. So one thing that happened is I was filming in the airport and didn't realize I was still in immigration, and an officer came over and said, no, you have to delete that. So I had to delete the footage of us walking through the immigration area. So live and learn. The ride to Sandals Negril took about an hour and a half, and we just followed some local roads right along the coast. Our driver was great, and he told us all about the island and gave us some really interesting information. So the hour and a half went pretty quickly.
This place is amazing.
All right, so we just arrived. Even though we're just the lower level luxury service, they took our bags from the van, gave us a towel, gave us a welcome drink, and now we're having lunch because our room's not ready yet. But so far I have to say that this place looks much better than the videos on YouTube show. So we're having lunch here, and the next videos coming up are going to be a detailed walk through the property, and we're also going to go through every restaurant and tell you what to expect.
Perla. Okay.
So a quick tip: when you get picked up at the airport, even though you don't tip for Sandals, it's expected to give the porter who takes your bags at the airport a couple dollars, and then also tip the driver that drives you from the airport to Sandals Resort.
You gave us an excellent
tour
overview of Jamaica. Very nice.
He did. He told us a lot of information, and we gave him $15. I'm not sure what the standard is, but we gave him $15 because we were the only ones in the van except for one other person, and he drove for like an hour and a half to get here. So just keep that in mind. But otherwise, once you get to Sandals, there's no tipping allowed, which is nice. Unless you have a butler, then apparently you tip the butler $25 a day at the end of the visit.
You don't have a butler.
No butler for us. No, we have the lowest level room. We have the luxury room.
Whoa, Steve.
Sorry. And we'll go over all that. We'll give you a full tour of the resort, as I said, and we'll review each of the restaurants as we spend about a week here. And we'll then do a video comparing this place to Majestic Elegance in Punta Cana. So a lot to look forward to, so keep watching. Until next time, safe travels.